desktop. Hi everyone, this is GeoWill from Lifetime Productions Squared, and I'm here today to record our second developer's vlog for Combine Insurrection. So this month I was hoping to get a lot more done than what I actually did. I'm still going to get a lot done. I'm planning to do at least 4 maps, work on another, 3 maps. I only got 1 map worked on a bit over the next couple days. I was hoping to get some work done on coding though, but never got around to it. I did do some modeling though. Did some work on a temporary section, just like a part of a section of the rail archway walk-through thing for the hotel map, but I did it in pieces this time, so it's not together. So it's not together, and it's not going to get all stupid like it has in the past. So, hopefully that'll work. I haven't actually tried it in Hammer yet. I was waiting for it today. So, I should go ahead and do that now. I need to start Source SDK first, and then need to go to D. Let's see, and then go to, or wait, no, not 9 either. What is it? Damn it. 11? Yes, G11. So, close that. I think it's this one. Oh no, that's not that. Damn it, that's not it either. Frick. What is... So, G8. Okay. Alright, then that goes into models. Yeah. Alright. So, just copy paste them over here. Or rather, move them. Then we need the QCs. Let's see. So I'll just hijack hijack this one here. Let's see, rename to railing. Let's see, 25H railing rail. And copy paste. Rename this one to Arch. Alright. So, put both those up. And model name, railing. Tail, yes. Yes, I'm making a tail. Actually, this is the archway. Let's see, railing, rail, test. rail arch. Arch idle. Okay. And then railing rail. Take off the test of this, and take the test out of that, and done. Alright, now need to go to materials, custom, maybe not custom, models, custom or C25? I said 25. Actually didn't have to rename that one, did I? I don't know which of these I have to rename, if anything. Okay. So let me go to the VMT. First, let's copy these. Control CV. Yes, fail, because I failed there. Massive fail. My god, arch. Rail. Alright, rename to arch. And arch. Alright, and open up the VMTs. Modify those. Tell railing I should probably have done it with all just one of them, but it's only one copy of these, but whatever. I can fix that later. Railing arch. Save. Alright, now we can go ahead and build it, and hopefully it's going to work. Actually, I did have to have that open, didn't I? That's just getting ahead of myself. So I need to open up that program, wherever the hell it is. Where are you? Wow, where the hell? Oh, gaming tools, that's one. That's why. Studio model, I believe. Yes. Alright, so CI test bed episode 1, and I'm gonna load our rail file here. Verbose, and compile. And it compiled quite easily. Switch to archway, the arch, and compile. Alright, so this shall be made now. Go back over to, I guess that was railing. Say testbed, models, C25, hotel, railing rail, railing arch. Those were created just today. So, model viewer. I'll see if it actually works this time. Oh, we got the archway here. And this is correct, I only did half of an arch, but the texture isn't right. Surprise, surprise. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Swallowed some dust or something. Jesus. Texture didn't work on that though, but let's see what happens with... well, no, damn it, see, here we go again with this. This part doesn't like to work. And I don't know why. It just won't like compile correctly. I'm just wondering if I'm going to have to do each piece individually or what. But this part never comes out correct, ever. That's always what happens. It's as if the changes I make to it in XSI don't even matter. Like, this would be how they would be as their normal, like if we just brought them in and how they're set up. This is how they'd be. And it's so stupid, I don't know why it does this for. Of course, this is my first time trying to... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I've done it with the cinematic physics models that have had multiple pieces. But those were physics models. These are static ones, so I don't freaking know what's going on. But we do have the arches, which is good. If we don't have the bloody railing, at least we have the arch, so we can test it and see what it looks like. So we get an idea of what needs to be done, and what's done too much, and etc. So, we need to fix the texture, though. Get that working. Let's get this over here. So, railing arch MDL. So C25 hotel railing, railing arch. I say railing arch model, but what's the texture name? C25 hotel railing. Ah, so I didn't have to change it. I shouldn't have changed it, or I didn't change it in the VMTs. Or no, that's the texture name from XSI. Damn it. Forgot about that. Momentary lapse of sanity. So, materials. Models. 25. Hotel. Railing. Whoops, no. But I do want to delete the other ones. Alright, gonna nuke those bastards. That's correct. Hotel railing, VTF, VMF, VTF, VMT, and the normal. What we don't need is this here. I need to fix the VMT, just to be hotel railing, hotel railing. Alright, so that should fix that. Studio model archway. Damn it, it's still not working. What the hell doesn't it like? I've had more trouble with this damned archway than anything else I've worked on before. It's just totally and consistently screwing me over for some reason. And I do not know why, but it hates me. Let's try again, let's see. Actually, we got it up and down here. No, that's freaking studio model, never mind. Railing, archway, where are you? Model there. So, internal name, that's the model. Hotel, C25 hotel railing.vmt. Underscore hotel railing. So what the hell is wrong with that? Models, City 25. So we're going off of this one here. Hotel, railing, and it's looking for C25 underscore hotel underscore railing.vmt. Which is this? So what the hell? Is that really necessary to double down on it? Let's see. Let's get another VMT here. Well, that's from proper. I need something that I've made. Damn it. I need something I made. What else have I made? I got tests. Okay, here we go. Models, tests. Well, for the C physics we'll be able to figure out here. So now you have models, then whatever, and blah 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 through there. So this is correct. But for some reason, it just will not use it. Again, screwing me over for no real reason. City 25 capital underscore hotel capital railing capital RAILING. That's right. C25 underscore hotel underscore railing dot VMT. That's correct. Models City 25 hotel C hotel railing H railing normal 2 in VMAP model 1. I don't know, maybe model viewer is just being a POS, which I wouldn't doubt it. Model viewer sometimes doesn't work right. So let's just try it in Hammer, see what happens. For some reason though, texture doesn't want to be working, but we'll see what we can do with it here. 25, say 25, open. So, Are these the new ones, or are these... I'm trying to figure out what... These must be the new ones. The new, Nope, this is the wrong version, that's what it is. Wrong version of the map. I was gonna say, I didn't think I'd been working on the desk modes just yet. In progress latest. My ass. So where is that map at? Really, it's over here. That's interesting. Copy. Paste. Replace. Open. Okay, there we go. And this stuff still, that's not friggin' dust doesn't want to go quietly. Little bastards. Anyway, so I'm gonna add the railing and see if it actually works or not. Static or prop static. So world model browse railing arch. Nope. Model still doesn't work, or rather the texture's not working. However, we can still use it. That's fine. Deal with the texture another bloody day. We just need to look and see if it actually will work properly, or if we need to modify the scale or anything like that. Not really sure if that's straight at all. I'm not really too sure, period. I think that's straight now. Okay, so I'm going to take this down to here. Okay, where's the... Jesus. Alright, so there's the floor. There be's the floor. This is going to kind of line up with this, sort of. Actually, looks a little bit wide, this arch. I'll have to modify that a bit so it's a bit more up and over like that, instead of spanning. So I want it to be similar to this arch here, not going through it, so to speak. But we want to move this over a bit first. So that's the edge there, this green line. What the frick? So it'll be about there, and height-wise, I think probably right about, well, maybe not, I don't know. I think maybe that is it. Go up a little bit higher. And we need to move it out of this, so it's gonna kind of be like that. Again, except this will be a little bit higher up, a little bit more arched up this way, and it'll go all the way across. But preliminary tests here show that it should be doable, and it should look fairly good if we get the damn texture to work. I still don't understand that. What is up with that? Mod folder, materials, models, C25 hotel railing, C25 hotel railing.vmt, and yet it doesn't like the texture. What the HE double hockey sticks? I wonder if it's because I didn't UV map it. You shouldn't have to map it. You should be able just to apply the texture and use the default UV maps. You shouldn't have to do them by hand. That's the only thing really I can think that would still not make this work, is the fact that I didn't hand make the do the UV mapping. It's just a default UV map assigned when I made the assigned the texture. Because I don't want to do the UV mapping for these by hand, so it'd take forever and be as complicated and complex as all hell. But I may have to. Well, at least we got something in that remotely resembles what's going to be in there. I really would have liked to have had the model done for this update, but that's all I have to do. So let's go ahead and delete it and forget about it for now. What really is there to do? Well, there's a lot to do on this map, really, but what should I do for this update? That's the other thing that's really annoying sometimes, is that you need to figure out what you want to work on. You just can't choose random things to work on. You gotta have some sort of a plan. But I don't really have a plan for this map, for this week, this month, this update cycle. Maybe I'll work on another part of the map. Let's see, take off cordon tool here. Suppose we could work on these offices here. Now I have to change that up a bit. It's a little too cramped in there. Or we could work on this building. I don't even know what this building is going to be, though. Actually, I do. It's going to be like a coffee shop or something. I'll have to make it a little bit smaller, though. No, that's going to be the one next to it, I think. I don't know what this one's going to be. It's going to be something that the player can go inside. Now what's going to happen is that on this map I'm going to toy around with doing a lot of different things. In this one there's going to be multiple paths you can take to reach the objective. And different things will happen depending on... Well, some things will happen differently depending on which... I guess a lot of different things will happen depending on which route you take. If you take a certain route, for instance, you'll be able to destroy this roadblock in a very cool way. Or rather, Alex will. If you take another route, you could bypass it entirely. But you'd still have to deal with the Combine. There's going to be another route where the Combine are going to chase you through it. So there are several different things I'm going to be doing with this map. The really thing that I struggle with mapping is making maps long enough to be realistically playable. For example, if you look at it, a lot of my maps are pretty small. And I've tried to go back through and try to make them longer, like say 23 before. That map was really short. You just had to go through a vent system up into that house and through the house to another building, or rather from one building to another. Then up to the roof of that one, across that one on a beam that had fallen down. And then from there down into a place where there's a fire trap and a bunch of zombies. And across from there over to a building that you get swarmed by fast zombies after you leave. So it's a pretty short map, but I went there and made it a bit longer. I'm not sure how much longer it is. Added in a puzzle during the last update cycle. So I don't know what we'll do with this map. I suspect, this map for this time here. I suspect that what we'll do is maybe have the combine rappelling through these windows or something on the full version of the map if you come in here, because there'll be some items that you'll want to pick up and hidden in some of these rooms. I don't even know specifically which rooms they're going to be. They're just going to be in here somewhere, and you'll have to come in here and find them, and there'll be some battles going on. But for now, I really can't do anything in here. Besides maybe place some models, because the railing is all going to be done with models. So I can't tend to make any of that stuff. Everything else is pretty much done, so I guess we can move over to this place here. Really what I've been doing is going back into these maps and making areas a bit bigger. That's really what I've been doing. Like this, for instance, used to be way smaller. The other side used to be like right about here. Now it's way over there. So we need to do the same thing with that one. The convenience store here is pretty much how it's going to be, I think, as far as the size goes. I'll need to go through and make some like this freezer section thing, and these item racks and stuff. I may do them with models, or I might just make them with brushes. I'm not sure really which I'll do yet. But this place needs to get bigger, because there's not enough room in here. This is too small to be realistic anyway. And I don't really like the layout too much either. The layout could use some fixing. And you don't really even know there's a door. I guess you do know there's a door here, as instead of a office space here. So what we need to do is we need to make this building a bit bigger. I'm going to do that by moving this wall outward. I'm not sure how much we want to move it out though. Not too much. We don't want to make it too big, but we do want to make it big enough, so I think that'll do fine. We need to move a bunch of stuff over here. Or rather not move it over, but extend it so that's correct. I can go back through and apply some fixing to this stuff too. That's what I'm doing on the C23 map. I'm just going through and fixing all the horror show stuff of my earlier days of mapping. All the uneven brushes like this here. There's like billions of them on that map. Replacing stuff that can be replaced, like for instance, well I guess you can't do that one, but if this didn't have a wall, or didn't have a break here, like for instance this one, we don't really need Oh no, because either way you're going to end up with two brushes here. It's either going to be two brushes this way, or two brushes this way. So you're going to have to cut it here so you can bring this down, or leave it this way. Or bring this over and bring this up, or, you know, to make that work. So either way, it's going to be two brushes there, so can't fix that. Same thing here, I suspect, because there's a door. Yeah. So those are pretty much stuck where they're at then. Bring this over. Okay, the same thing with all the floors. And the ceiling, or roof rather. Yeah, those are the same, so I'm not gonna... So I can move this over and we'll actually be able to put maybe another... So what's the spacing between here? How big is that space? So now we won't be able to. That's fine though. Really don't mind. Alright, how much? I forgot that was there. 153. No, yeah, it's not going to be enough for another window there. So we'll just bring that all the way across. Of course, then we got to move this over as well, or extend it over to match the floor. Here's another thing I did a lot on some of my earlier maps. I made two different floors: a ground floor, ground for the map, and then floors for buildings and stuff. Actually, before I actually didn't do it that way. I actually had this being the floor for both the outside, and then I'd cut it into pieces and re-texture it, which is wrong. Move this over too, extend it over rather, and now the floors and all these walls. Let's see. Those look to be the same size, but they are not, and they're actually, this one's cut. So we gotta do it with the vertex editor. Or not even, they just move it over there. That's what's gonna have to happen. These things will move over to match. Because we want to make the area bigger, but move these so we have more space. That's interesting. This wall is cut on this side. Oh, I see, because it's making it's modifying the way the room looks. Gotcha. It's giving kind of a cut-off look there, so it's not looking blocky. A couple of little changes I made when I went through here one time. I think earlier this year to try and de-blockify things. Did that with a lot of these. Those are actually off a bit. That's interesting. So it should be right in the middle. See it right there. One of these walls is off though. I think it's this one. Both of them are just, no, both of them, yeah. Wow. I didn't even know that. Well, now it's fixed. Is that even right though? It doesn't look right. Kind of defeats that purpose of that edge right there. That's very strange. Oh, I see what it was for. It's actually not to do that, but to... interesting. It might have originally been that way, but then I used it to be as like a corner for that. So what I want to do is... I don't know what the hell's going on with that. If we're going to do it that way, we don't really need to have this extra wall here, really. Alright, we do, I don't know. We'll leave it like that and see how it goes. Anything else we need to fix while we're over here? Suppose we could do this inner wall the same way as that one. So cutting and everything. I found this trick, we'll call it. On interlopers, I think. Somebody's mentioning how if you do this, for some reason it takes a little less of the optimizes the map a bit more because you don't have these blocky edges. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but we shall see. I wonder if we can take it even a step further. Since we have two edges coming together here, maybe we could do double. Well, it'd be nice if we had another one coming in there, but we don't, so we need to extend this out. Alright, there we go. That actually looks pretty interesting. I mean, you're not going to see it, obviously. It's going to be, not seen by anybody except for people that watch this video, but it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with this one over here. Actually, we'll fix this wall here. Cut it off there right at the center. So cut. I'm going to go across this way. Then again off at the center. Then the inner wall. I'm going to cut it here. Just make it so there's a little more continuity here with the walls. Okay, so got that stuff moved. Now that opens us up just a little bit. Well, actually, more than just a little bit. A lot. I actually think that's fine just the way it is now. A little bit wider, more room. We can maybe throw some copier machines or something out here. We'll just do that to each and every floor here. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording for a bit here because I got some stuff I need to take care of. A few hours here. And I also want to try and free up some more hard drive space for the rest of the recording. So we're kind of low on both of my drives. So, see you in a couple hours. Alright, so, let's see. I can actually unhook my mouse. Charged it up there. Let's go ahead and get it back up in here. Sophisticated that is. So we were working on that one section of business office space, office building. So that's where we're going to continue from. Oops, that's behind me. This is interesting. Why is this floor? Isn't this just a solid thing? No, it's not. It should be. Solid blocks instead of having this open space here. And here's an example of where you go through and fix things. For example, here we just go through and move this wall section around so we could use it. Our wall sections, expand them out and such. That'll probably add a little bit more performance to the map because I won't be making those viz leaps. Viz leaps, yeah, that's nice. Viz leaps. Since there's not going to be a hollow space here anymore. Another example of going through and altering what I've done now that I've gotten more mapping underneath my belt. And I know what somewhat know what I'm doing. So we got another couple sections of floor here apparently. Alright. So, we just moved those back, created that cool
structure for where they meet up at. Cool kind of thing right there. This we can have going all the way up. I didn't want to have the room things going all the way up, but this can because it's not part of a room per se like that. I'm not sure why we have this space here. I might stash something back here or something like that. That actually isn't level with that, is it? That is interesting. So it should be. We can fix these. Oh, I guess we did do these stairs. Did the wedge version of them. Gotta turn on ignore grouping. The only bad thing about that now is I have to select all the stairs too. Crap. So essentially we're just going to be moving this out to equal this. Going to be increasing its size. Then what we'll have to do is move this. Whole section as well. Change some of it. That's impossible to see from that side. So we move it over. It's right on the edge there. Or no, we did 2 off, didn't we? 1 off. So we'll do 1 off here. And then what we'll do is bring this over through the vertex editor. Since we have it sliced there. And we'll take this and put it in the center as opposed to where it was. We'll copy paste another one of these over. Alright. Then we'll do the same thing up here, moving this over. That's not right. That's bigger than it should be. These little issues popping up here. That's too small. We'll bring this back first of all. Then I'll just move this over. And there we go, a little widened section there. Makes more sense. We're gonna do the same thing on this side down here. Oh well, that's why we have this all in dev texture and why I haven't released the map yet. It's because we're still working on it. It's funny going back through some of these maps, looking at what I've done and thinking, what the hell was I thinking? So this happened quite a few times as I've gone back through these maps. It's just there's some obvious things that are wrong that shouldn't have been done that I did. So now I gotta fix them. And this is one of them. Just as that section up here was part of it, and so was fixing some of the other stuff around the map. So I want to move it over. Alright, so that's fixed now. Still gotta do some of the work on the railing up here though. Trying to ignore grouping back off. So let's go ahead and work on the stuff down here. Now this one's the place that we're gonna have to do some real reorganizing with, because I don't really like how I have the place set up. So I'll move this back to where it was originally, which was right up against the wall. Oops. Again, another case where we could just drop this down instead of having that open space. What did I do with that pen? There it is. No, that's not it. It's the other pen. I want this one. Phoenix. Easy. 7530032. What the hell? Weird number. Anyway, so we want to extend this section here. So I'm just going to move it out like so. Make sure we got it lined up properly. So I'll move this bit over. Then I'll extend this bit. And this one. And this one. And we'll also add some more lights down here. Actually, probably put one more. That looks about right. Let's get everything back to where it was before we moved the wall out there, so I can begin the process of now. See, if I was going to do something with this, I'd put it right up against this wall. Or I've even just used this wall for it. For this one. Instead of Okay, so we're off by a little bit. Fix that. Or we could do what we did with the other one. Which I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Well, let's move this back over here. Leave it like that. Be fine that way. Alright, so that's a bit better looking. We're actually going to drop the walls down in here. Just keep the same theme going throughout the place. Drop it down about that much. Move this to the left a bit. So them with a bit more room. Let's move this door over a tiny bit. We'll do that so we can move this over a little bit to the left as well. Essentially the goal is just to make a little bit more room back over here. And then this one we'll put up against this one over here. Get rid of that wall so we don't need it. Don't need that back wall either. That's a good question. Do we have another? No, we're using the wall for that. I don't know why we're using a back wall. Another mysterious decision. That's already partially lowered. Interesting. Yep, that's lined up pretty well. Drop these down as well. Actually, it is down one more. Whoops. Actually, those were the right ones. Wow. Alright, so those are all done as well. Okay. And then, finally, we're going to add a window to here. It's going to be a pretty fair distance here. We also need to do a cut this way. Alright, and then texture, browse, glass. And we'll get a glass texture. Already looking more like a building already. While we're at it, let's go ahead and throw the glass over here in these as well. So just go ahead and pull this out. Someone I no draw the edges. Someone have no draw on them. Alright, go ahead and sink that back in. And get it lined up right. And then this other pane that we kept out here is going to be used to populate the windows in this hotel over here. First we need to do the ground floor window here. CIG, take that off. And that's going to come all the way over to here. Of course, we're going to go through and modify it a little bit as time goes on. maybe add a little more detail to it. Move it out, move it in, or do something with the top and bottom of it. However, I need to go up now. That is a bit extra high, isn't it? Alright, now it's fixed. Essentially all we have to do now is just move this up to the correct position. Up here. Alright, and there's all the glass. For this side anyway. I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing with that. Not at all. No clue what that's going to be. But that's going to be it for the mapping today, or for this cycle. Like I said, the first one was going to be the longest one, all the other ones are going to be pretty short. I'm not going to show all the mapping, just one map. Maybe two, if you're lucky. I would have that little extra bit in between though, with the Skyrim stuff, but I only plan to do about an hour and a half to 2 hours of mapping for this recording. So I think we're just about an hour and a half, probably. But thanks for watching, and I want to show you one last thing. If you remember from the last update cycle, I did was doing like a shelf kind of thing by hand over on the underground map I had on here. Well, let's take a look at the finished bit, or at least finished bit as far as it is for now. Nope, that's not the right one. We want chapter 3. Underground 2. Ah, bloody hell, this is incorrect. This is a older version again. Why, oh why, aren't the latest maps the latest? Maps. I'm just gonna, well, no, I'm not gonna copy the whole thing. I'm gonna copy all of chapter 3 over though. So this will be the latest. Let's see, test bed, maps, Control V, yes. Let's see. Don't copy because that's the same. That's the same. That's the same. 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 Haven't touched these maps for 2 years, huh? Wow. Newer. Copy, replace. Copy, replace. Alright, go up. Or back, chapter 3. Guess I'll have to kill this one first. Then we can open it. Alright, here we go. So here's what they look like now. Did a lot more work on them. Got them textured up. Got these all set up. I don't think I moved the weapons over there though. Over from here. Wherever the hell they were at first. I mean, I deleted the weapons for some reason, I don't know. I did have weapons in there at one point in time though. But as you can see, I did a little more work with it. Changed a little bit. Went with a certain theme. I did them from both sides too. Maybe that's why I deleted them, because that was in the armory. That was the, here we go, that's why. Got pistols there. Shotguns, I think that's an AR. More shotguns, AR. The, SMG. And the AR2 right there. I think there's ammo on one of these. It might be this one. No. But did that and all the eventing and all that stuff too. Getting the path tracks in on such. So that's what they turned into from what they were at the end of the videos after the last cycle. I actually got the idea from looking at my motherboard, my old one. Oddly enough, the way the fins were placed on the over the capacitors near the processor gave me this idea of doing this kind of multi-layered thing. I'm actually gonna cut off the edges on this on these here later on tonight or tomorrow. But thanks for watching these videos. Hope you enjoyed them. Hope you liked the little Skyrim Easter egg in the middle too. Having a heck of a time going through and trying out all these different mods, seeing what works, what doesn't. It's gonna lead to a massively massive, huge Skyrim folder. Mine's already like, I don't know. I essentially added 3 gigs to my Skyrim folder size. And that was without the ones I just added tonight. So yeah, 13.7 gigs of files. So that's going to be a really epic thing we're going to be working on with that. But feel free to comment or like the video, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm going to talk like they do on Charlie Brown on the Peanuts or whatever the hell that show was called. We'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, and we will see you for the next update cycle.